Welcome to this episode of Hargrave. This time we're going to look at something that generally only happens once in a little while. It's when a custom boat becomes a series, and this is called Hargrave's Sweet 16. That's 116 foot to be exact. So these are the voyages of Hargrave's Sweet 16. I hope you like it. It's pretty good information. And now I boldly go where no man has gone before. I was actually there yesterday, but anyway, let's give it a shot. Energize. Today we're going to talk about Sweet 16. That's 116 to be exact. The Hargrave Custom Yachts 116 series. But let me back up a minute and explain a little bit more. Hargrave's middle name is Custom. It's that simple. We build custom yachts. However, when you make a custom yacht, sometimes someone looks at it and goes, wow, that's pretty good. I want one like that. So what happens is, even though you have custom yachts being built every day, they morph into a series of boats. I'll give you an example. My boss built the first 101 Hargrave. Everybody loved it. Why did they love it? The layout, it was just the right size of boat at the time, and they built 20 other boats off of that. Now there are minor changes inside. They move cabins around, but basically the fundamental part is there. The 101 series, which was a famous Hargrave series. Fast forward now, boats have gotten a little bigger, people are asking a little bit more, and now what we're seeing is the 116 series. The 116 series actually falls in the perfect spot between the 100 and 120 foot range that everybody in the world is classing as the perfect yacht size. It's not so big that you can't get into small harbors and you're running a massive crew, and it's not so small that you're tripping over everybody and the crew are sleeping on couches when you're not looking. The 116 series packs in such a punch that it's become very popular. How did the 116 series actually start? Well, Hargrave brought in this famous naval architect called Jack Sarin, and what they wanted was a good riding boat. They wanted a boat with good seakeeping capabilities, nice size, good bow flare to deflect spray, and it ended up being called the Donna Marie, which was a 114 foot boat. But then that's how the 116 series kind of morphed. Hargrave added a couple of feet and we came up with Renaissance. Okay, this is the 2016 116 foot Hargrave custom motor yacht called Renaissance. Renaissance morphed from the 114-foot Jack Sarin hull from Donna Marie and superstructure from the 125-foot GG2 created Renaissance, the first in the 116 series. She has more space than boats 20 feet longer. 5 cabins, up to 8 crew. This thing is massive. Matter of fact, here I am standing in the bare hull over at the factory. You can tell by the photo of just the volume of the boat. Renaissance was launched, and immediately afterwards, 2 more hulls were being built, Katera and Juliem. That's how the series started. Technically, there are 4 boats in the 116 series. There's a 114, there's a 116, Juliem is 118, and Katera is 120. What Hargrave does is we modify the mold, we modify the beam. The boats are generally the same, but there are minor changes. The seakeeping qualities and the abilities of the vessel stay the same. The interior is designed to the owner's requirements, but basically you've got a very, very stout vessel. Here's a video of me punching through 40, 45 knot winds. The seas aren't that big because I'm in the lee of Florida finally, but I was crossing in 9, 10, and 11, 12 footers. I've always considered that my restriction is the tender I'm towing, not the boat. She's an extremely stable platform. She's very well balanced. The Jack Sarin hull is really an incredible hull for any of the Hargraves. The 116 series I consider to be the perfect boat. She's so well balanced, from a point of seaworthiness and comfort. She gives the owners everything they need. She's very economical, and she's a very stable platform. This particular boat has an on-deck master. She was set up for charter, so the cruise quarters are up forward, and they are massive. I can tell you from experience that we are not going against, competitors 112. We are going against like 130s. When an owner builds a winning product, people kind of clone it off, and that's how Hargrave becomes a series. The 101 was a series. The 116 is a series. There was also, before that, there was a 97 series, and it's totally organic. They're not pumping these things out. It's what the clients want. They see it and they want it. They are just magnificent boats. So normally that would be the end of the show. However, all the way on the other side of the globe, Hargrave operates another yard in Turkey, and they are also building a 116 class vessel over there, which is completely different than the ones we just looked at. So let's take a look at those. This is the 116 E series. It's actually a tri-deck, which is a little different than a raised pilot house, but this is currently being built over in Turkey, and they have two hulls out. They have Hyperion, which is a 116, and they have Romeo Foxtrot, which is also a 116. We have in construction right now a 118 that has not been named yet, and that will be the third in the series. The styling from this E-Series actually comes from Hargrave's 186-footer called Babus, just scaled down. As you walk through the main salon, you can see that both boats are pretty much the same size. As we move forward, the galley is almost in the same area as the other vessels, and it does have an on-deck master. As we go up here into the wheelhouse, you're going to see these two things. They're called wing doors. That means that you have access to another deck, which is why we call this a tri-deck. You'll see that behind the wheelhouse, there is another main salon. We're obviously giving up deck space to do this, but as you can see, Hargrave put a flybridge on top of all this, which actually creates a very good viewing area while you're underway. As we go down into the cruise quarters, you'll notice that they're almost identical to the raised pilot house series, with one exception. The captain's cabin is actually located behind the wheelhouse on the third level. A lot of these boats share a lot of things in common, and the most important thing they share in common is build quality and attention to detail. And they all are running on a Jack Sarin hull. I can't stress that enough. I've been running Renaissance for 6 years, and I go offshore while other boats are staying on the dock. Another feature on all the 116s, and because Hargrave is custom, let's talk transoms. Renaissance came with an extended swim platform. This is a great area for getting in and out of the water. We have access. You can also hang out here. Romeo Foxtrot came with a beach club. These are two examples of what you can order with your Hargrave. Now with the beach club, this folds down and it gives you more of a closer to the water feel. A lot of times it's not where you're going, it's the ride and the time you spend getting there. One thing about Hargrave Custom Yachts is in a sea of competitors, their name stands out. And why is that? You get higher quality, you get better performance, and more value. Building a custom yacht is not an easy process, but Hargrave makes it easy, and you're part of that process every step of the way. When you build a Hargrave custom yacht, it's your yacht. It's exactly what you envisioned for your dream. There's a reason why after someone builds a Hargrave, they go on and build another one and another one and another one. This is where Hargrave really steps it up. They take a proven design and then they give it to you custom. You want a 118? No problem. You want a 114? No problem. Tri-deck, raised pilot house, all the gear is still the same, and it's your boat. Absolutely fantastic. The fact of the matter is, 116 feet, raised pilot house, tri-deck. Each boat has its own little special things going on for it, and it really comes down to what the owner or future owner is looking for. These boats are just, they're magnificent. I mean, there's no way you can get around it. And it's amazing that so many people like the 116 series. They just keep building off of it. But anyway, that's the show. I hope you liked it. The only thing left to do is to get me back to my car. So without any further ado, if you don't mind, energize. This isn't Renaissance.